Hey, whack people. This is the OCT, Octavius Haye, and I want to thank you for tuning in to our page today. We greatly appreciate it. If you are listening to the podcast, you can also find it on Podbean. The link will be in the description. And if you listen to our music, you can also listen on SoundCloud and DatPiff. Both links will be in the description also. And as always, please remember to like the video, leave a comment, and to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification button so you're informed every time we drop new content. Now enjoy this whack wisdom. I am whacking off.
It's the WACCast podcast, yeah.
Talk whack to me, talk whack to me,
yeah.
Talk whack to me, talk whack
It's
to me.
the WACCast podcast, yeah.
We talk whack right now, we talk whack right now, we talk whack right now, we talk whack right now.
Whoa. What is up, whack people? Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. I hope everything is amazing for you all as always. I am the Honorable OCT Octavius Haye, along with my co-host, the exhausting E-Rob.
Hello, hello.
And you are listening to the WACCast podcast. E, how you doing, man?
You already know. It's time to turn that calendar over to November.
It is, you lazy bum.
You know how it is, man.
Change it.
So we're on that kind of time, man. Y'all should know what it is.
It's November. We almost done with this year, man. We almost done with 2021, heading to that 22.
Indeed. Yeah.
The year of the savage is over almost, ain't it?
Fourth quarter stuff, man. And as soon as November hits, that holiday bang just goes, man.
I feel like
I'm seeing the Christmas, I'm seeing the food, and you know what time it is.
time to eat and get some gifts, nigga. What you talking about?
Already.
I know exactly what time it is.
I don't like food and gifts.
I ain't gonna raise my hand. Alright, you ready to talk whack today?
Let's talk whack to 'em.
Let's talk whack to him. So, alright, so once again, let's start right here. Jada Pinkett Smith in the news again. A lot of people saying she embarrassed Will once again by talking about their sex life and saying that Will may not always know what she needs from him. And she's, she says maybe it's not fair that she expects him to read her mind, but, they have to discuss it because he's not, I guess, always able to live up to expectations in the bedroom, which, as you can assume, made a lot of people mad. So, E, what are you thinking?
That table talk, is this table talk toxic?
That was the
is
red
that
tape.
table talk toxic? I don't know.
She's expressing her feelings.
Man. It's just being who they are, the high-end actors and stuff. They try to keep their relationship, I guess, the lens on it, like and open and letting the world know what's going on and stuff. And now guys just kind of got questions like, man, Will, all of this is going on, and why is she just airing it out like this?
Like, dang, Will, ain't you a good provider? Didn't you give a secure place for her and your children? Like, geez, she act like you a bum on the street.
And he's got more money than he has. Let's just be real.
Yeah,
Come on, man. This ain't no just regular Hollywood nigga. This is a high-end Hollywood guy.
He was the top earner for like years in Hollywood. He had a long run as a top earner. Him and Johnny Depp at the same time, I guess. They were like the most bankable stars. You was never gonna miss with those two at a time in Hollywood, and a nice stretch too. So I guess off the top, you kind of upset with her, E, or you don't condone, or what are you thinking, man?
It just kind of feels like
Is it on Will for not checking his woman?
slander a little bit, but it's what they do. Being open, we're gonna talk about relationships. We're gonna air mine out, and I just don't really like everybody else coming into it and giving their 2 cents. It's just like, man, this should be some private stuff. Like, get a counselor or some shit for this, man. But
Yeah.
now the internet is kind of the counselor, and everybody's throwing their little 2 cents in on it, and damn, kind of feel bad for the guy a little bit. And they've been together for a minute too, you know.
I think 50 threw his 2 cents in. 50 Cent said that she needs to stop doing it. She making Will look weak.
Yeah.
Let me throw my 2 cents. Well, I guess 50 Cent threw his 50 cents in. Let me throw my 2 cents in though. So I'm kind of go. I don't think that she meant it that way. I think it was kind of blown out of proportion. I think a lot of people are just checking to snipe at Jada because they find her grimy and unappreciative of everything that Will is giving her. And I agree with that, she is. But in this instant, I don't think it's that big a deal. Now, let's look at the whole overall picture though of who Jada is.
Okay.
So she gets a pass for me at least on this instant because I don't think that's what it was. But overall, I was listening to Kevin Samuels, and Kevin Samuels had said something that I didn't know. He was talking about years ago, maybe like 10 or a little over 10 years ago. She was talking about their relationship then and talking about how Will got her at a really vulnerable time and told her that he was going to make her a perfect wife. And Kevin Samuels said, you know, he called her a project woman, not a project wife, not because she's from the project, but because she's a project you have to work on her. Because she's broken, you have to try to build her up. It's a project you have to work on. And he said women like that will never show appreciation for you building them up. They'll resent you for seeing them when they were weak, when they were broken. They'll resent you for remembering them when they were broken. And I think that is kind of what Jada is on. I think she's on this very much like she has to puff her own chest out and big herself out and be bigger than this man who's giving you all this greatness, giving you relevancy. Because without Will Smith, you would have been on one of these stupid little talk shows with Vivica Fox trying to sell weave at the at all the little weave shops around here. You would have been seeing your picture on Hollywood Beauty and all them other little weave spots out here in St. Louis. And I think it's her lack of respect for this man to like even when she was talking about the August Alsina thing. Even when she had embarrassed this man and had the whole world saying, "Oh, this dude had your wife," she still felt the need. She had to find her own strength, or she had to find some way for her to look strong too, and be like, "Oh well, I don't know why he asked for your permission. The only person who can give permission for me to mess with somebody is me." And Will's like, "Yeah, it's you." And I'm like, "Bro, nah. At some point, you do have to check your woman. Be like, look, this independent crap, you can go take that on somewhere. You're my wife, all right? I'm your husband." You respect and honor me. I've respected and honored you. I've given you a place to stay. I've given you respect. I've given you kids. I've uplifted you. I've shown you to the world this is my wife. I've supported you in all the little things you want to do in your music videos, put you in my movies. I've done all this stuff for you. You are going to give me that respect at some point. And I think that needs to happen. She needs to realize that a relationship is not a partnership.
You know, part of me wants to believe that they had these talks, but them talks are not happening on the table talk. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, man. I want to believe that, but then we'll be like kind of going along with the stuff she say on the table talk. He not like, nah. And I feel like a man like Will...
Is the table talk... Is he a yes man on there? Just on the table talk? See, I feel like I want to believe outside of this he's not.
I want to too.
The way that this is looking and everything that's set up, it's just like, damn... You gonna address this, Will?
I want to believe that too, E, but I can't. What you showing? If you like this in public, what's keeping you from being like that in private? Well, we can't see. But you gonna be a little bit harsher? No, you not. She feel too comfortable saying all these things in your face, to where if you was just faking for the cameras, she wouldn't be that comfortable because she know the camera's gonna cut off and it's gonna get her.
Right. No consequences. No, like nothing.
No consequence. She just talk like, yeah, man, and he can't even sexually satisfy me all the time. Which again, I don't think she was trying to say that. I think she just meant they sometimes they lack communication. I don't think she realized what she was doing. It wasn't an embarrassing thing, but it's another one of the things like maybe you shouldn't share too much about your relationship. And if Will's a successful guy, and successful people like that, they don't like to be embarrassed, especially by their wife.
Yeah.
So I think something needs to be, talked about. And like I said, a relationship is not a partnership. There's roles to be played. The woman plays a certain role and she gets benefits that men don't get. A man plays a certain role and he gets benefits that a woman doesn't get. The reason why it's not a partnership is because we're not equal. Because a man and a woman, we're automatically different. And women are the first ones to point out those differences. You got to pay for this. You got to do this. Oh, you can't hit me. Oh, you supposed to be a man. They're the first ones to point out those differences until it doesn't benefit them anymore. And then all of a sudden, no, it's a partnership, it's equality. No, it's not.
Ha.
You know? And Will, you can get you another one.
Easy. I mean,
You Will Smith, you can get you a little 20-some-year-old actress that's gonna treat you like the king, like the king of Bel-Air.
man.
But I'm not saying they should leave each other. I'm just saying if he wanted to. I'm not saying leave. Some people are. You think he should leave her, E?
No, I don't think so. They just like they are tagged. They with the Hollywood shits. Like, can relationships work in Hollywood? We see that it doesn't a lot of times, or they don't last as long as these two have. You know. So
Yeah. You know, I think it can. I think that the problem is the relationships in Hollywood that we see don't work is when the man and the woman have a name. Because I feel like women try to compete with their man when they should be supporting their man. And you can still have your career, but your place as the wife is the support system for the man. And his place is the protector. See, we all have our places. There's pros and cons to both, but we have our role. And when we try to break off from that role, that's when so many celebrities are breaking up because they both want the spotlight.
yeah. Oh, you know, the fact that so many people are calling it out, it's just like, it's time to address this. You know what I mean? Come out and just like, man,
But I don't think he sees anything is wrong. I think that Will's just like, we tripping. I feel like I think he's been brainwashed with this whole this whole like mumbo jumbo stuff that Jada's been spewing. I think he's been brainwashed with it to think that, no, this is right, they tripping. It's like, Will Smith. You top of the line. You that dude. Music, movies, YouTube. You that dude. You know, like when it's all said and done, when Will Smith passed away, he's gonna be probably maybe top 10, 15 of all time actors, celebrities that's like most influential people. Is Will Smith. You need to start strutting your, like, hey, woman. And now, wait a minute.
It's just like we see the star, but then it's like when we just go through these seemingly basic man checks, it's just like that ain't how it goes down typically, you know.
And now you got Future over here selling hoodies, because they was all like, we'll need to hang out with Future, because Jada keep disrespecting him. Future came out and said, I'd rather hang out with Jada. And so hoodies, now it's a joke. It's a running joke now that people want to mess with your wife because of the way you have been presented. Like, that's crazy. Who would do that? I just think something need to be laid down. Some type of law.
You need to resurrect that Big Willie style, bro. Let them niggas know what it is real quick, bro.
You better get jiggy with it.
On that na.
Hey. Oh man, so bad for Will right now, but bad it is for Will. He's not going to prison, well, which looks like Fetty Wap may be doing, because he was arrested on drug charges. He had like all type of drugs. He was caught with like cocaine, and he pulled this up. It was a lot of different things. I'm like, Jesus, Fetty? Yeah, cocaine, heroin, fentanyl. Accused of distributing that across Long Island and New Jersey. So some pretty serious charges on him, man. What's up, E? This dude, Fetty Wap, at one point was like the hottest thing in the game, man. Had all these hot songs. Everybody loved him. What's up with this dude selling drugs?
Fetty. Man. You know, I want to just say maybe it was because of Rolling Loud. You know, that's just the they know rappers are going to be there. They know the rappers are going to have drugs and stuff. Like, man.
But this wasn't at Rolling Loud. Rolling Loud is just where he was at when they went to go pick him up. They had already been accusing him of selling across Long Island and New Jersey. So this is, he just, on that day that he happened to be at Rolling Loud, they picked him up.
Well, then,
but they're accusing him of being a big, I guess, some type of kingpin selling across.
And then that just, I think you get money, and I feel like you're supposed to grow out of that at some point, like do something else or put the money somewhere else to flip it. But I don't know, still clearly has some hand into the street game when it's drug industry, wherever it's going. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that's a lot of shit, bro.
Nah, definitely. I think one of the problems with Fetty is he got famous really fast in his rap career. I think he even said he only been rapping like a year and a half, maybe 2 years before he got big and got really big with that song. And so I don't think he really had to go through the grind and the struggle, and it just seemed easy to him. He's on top of the world. He's got Drake doing remixes to his stuff. He's making songs about Wiz Khalifa. Like, he like everywhere. Everybody love him, and then it just stops. You know, and I think for somebody like that to get so much so soon and it just stop, it might mess with him mentally. Who knows? Maybe he was struggling financially on top of that. He just like, I gotta maintain this celebrity lifestyle that I'm now used to. I don't want nobody thinking I fell off on the bum. So if y'all not gonna be listening to my music, I'm gonna sell a little bit of drugs so I can still keep some money on me to look like I'm still that dude.
Main problem, and I feel like I see stuff about him having a lot of kids and stuff too. So maybe it's the daddy things going on too, bruh. I feel like something else happened with one of his kids too, a daughter. So
well, one of them passed away. Yeah,
see,
recently.
so he could just been going through it.
Yeah.
You know.
So I mean, yeah, I just feel like, you know, a lot of times, like that dude Silento. A lot of times when you get that fame, and even though Fetty wasn't as young as him, it happened really fast. When you get that fame and it's taken from you, I feel like that does something psychologically to you. Like, you used to have crowds of people, everybody knew who you was. You was on the radio, everybody wanted to be around you. And now all these famous people who you thought was friends with you, you ain't hot no more, so they don't really care about you no more. And you ain't making the same type of money. You ain't got the same amount of people coming to your shows. And maybe that, like I said, the same way Silento kind of snapped and attacking people with machetes, maybe that's what made him, you know, he felt like he had to keep up appearance.
I guess the 15 is up. I don't want to say it like that, but that's kind of how it feels. Like, he had the hot moment, and then when he's not out, sustaining and maintaining that, or even putting out work that even keeps people to come back, becomes a challenge.
I definitely, man. So I guess my question is, do you blame the fans for stop messing with him?
Well, I can't say that because his music he ain't really hit for me lately, bruh. Same word, same in the meat bag. Like, I haven't heard nothing from him in a while. And then the stuff that I did hear from him, it didn't sound anything like he had sounded before. So, like, the stuff that he was known for, that I feel like it really got him to his prominence, he stopped hitting with that, you know? It's like, who is this guy? This Fetty? That's the last time I remember hearing something from him, you know?
Right. I think a lot of times, you know, people just kind of forget that they stopped listening to somebody. Like, you know, we kind of forget, oh, I used to listen to this dude, and then like time go by, new artists come out, you just kind of forget you're not listening to this dude no more, and then you just kind of forget about him. And unfortunately, I don't blame the fans, just a question I have, but you know, unfortunately those people, they have to, you know, go on ahead with life feeling a little bit rejected, you know, hurt.
The collective attention span is just where it is. So when they don't think about you, and you have so many options at this time, you know what I'm saying? So many people do this, so it's hard to keep maintain that attention, I would say.
Nah, I definitely feel you, man. So, all in all, you know, we hope that Fetty gets this worked out. You know, we don't want to see another person in prison, especially another black male who has family, who has kids to provide for. So we hope that you get out safe and sound, man.
And then the drugs, we see this a lot, man. Drugs. You know what I'm saying?
Fast way to make money.
And a fast way to end up in jail.
Yeah, it's a fast way to end up with a not so fast amount of time. You know,
man.
Like a long amount of time in prison, unfortunately. But it is bigged up in the black community, and it is a way that people feel like they have out to, even if you're not a Fetty Wap, you just do it on the street, trying to eat. You know, it seems like an easy way to make a couple bucks. You see people around you making money. You got rappers talking about selling drugs and being hard, all that stuff. So yeah, unfortunately, it looks like either he was just fronting, which he might have just been the front man for it, and not actually involved in it, but like he had a little money to front it, or they're saying he was involved in it. Actually, we don't even know any of that. It's as of right now, he ain't been to trial yet, so we gonna see what happens, right?
Already.
That's what that is, man. Yeah, big up Fetty, man. Much love to him. His music still go in the club.
Baby, won't you come my way? Hey, that shit is still hit.
Still hit, man. Baby girl, you're so damn fine, though. Hey. So much love to Fetty, man. Yo, Yo, man, is Michael Myers homophobic?
Phobic? He just likes killing, man. That's what the guy does.
But he killed a gay couple. If y'all don't know, and I'm sorry, spoilers, but this not even a big part of the movie. In the most recent Halloween movie, Halloween Kills, Michael Myers, he does kill a gay couple, and now there's some people accusing him of being homosexual. So is he homosexual, man?
It's just the rainbow flag banging. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I see that as.
Wait a minute, what you mean it's the rainbow flag?
What you mean? So you know what I mean? They find the phobia.
Oh, you saying that the gay people are banging? Okay.
Yeah, finding the phobia.
Fighting the phobia.
Yeah, right?
Well, if it wasn't there, they wouldn't be able to find it. Would they?
I'm not seeing it. I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? But you just can't even kill a gay. Like, how do you even know he saw them? He could have just seen people that, hey.
They had pictures up. I watched the movie. They had their pictures up. And if you watch the movie, you know they was gay because he didn't do nothing crazy. He like positions them in the same position they was in one of the pictures on like their nightstand or something. Just putting them together. So but I don't know.
I guess it hit. Whatever. Hollywood made it hit for him. And that's when you know, I guess you got one. We're going to rile these guys up. Maybe this was the directive choice. You know what I'm saying? Because wait, let's be real. A lot of times we see in these movies in this industry, they sprinkle it in and they let you get the other part. So this is maybe a little bit of the opposition energy. You're like, all right, you know what? I'm going to sprinkle in on a horror Michael Myers movie. I'm going to get a gay couple.
So before I say what I got to say, I'm asking this. Do you think that gay people should not be killed in horror movies?
I feel like it should be an open thing, man.
Anybody get it, right? It's not about gay, black. Right. It's like it's a crazy killer. He killing you if you're right there.
If I be like, oh, black people shouldn't get killed in horror movies, like that still happens.
We deserve a little break. We used to be the first ones gone. We deserve a little break.
And man, it's just like with the comedy shit, man. This is just horror, right? Like, you go here to see that.
Nah, man. Let me tell you what this is. What I think this is.
What it is, bro.
I think this is all to do about nothing. Let me tell you, and I'm not really usually the conspiracy theory guy, but I'm gonna be a little bit into it right to this episode. So, I don't think that people really was thinking that about Michael Myers. I think a couple people said a few little things on Twitter being playful. Somebody with some clout or name brand or a magazine picked it up and said something, and then that became the news. But if you really think about it, there has not been like this big swell of anger about Michael Myers. I think it was just a couple people on Twitter, some of them probably playing, some of them probably not, who said something, and people blew it out of proportion. Because I'm really not seeing nothing much from the other side.
You think it's troll cap that became news?
Yeah, I really do. I think it's troll cap, and somebody saw it and just like, oh, they're mad at this now, and like went crazy with it when it wasn't even a big deal.
I can see that.
Because you're only hearing it from the point of view of people reporting on it. Oh, some people think that. I haven't seen one article come out with like, I can't believe they would do this.
And it's one thing when we say this about actual people, but we're talking about a fictional character here.
Yeah. I really, like I said, I haven't seen it, and if there's articles of somebody going off on Michael Myers and really angry at him, then okay, I'll find it, I'll take it back. But only thing I'm seeing is people just be like, yeah, some people are saying it's homophobic. That's it. So I'm like, so who are these people?
Silly, right? Get the fuck, yeah. They not real. They probably bots, bro.
I feel like people just took this because people are looking, they still mad about Dave Chappelle, and they're looking to get angry at gay people. They're looking to get mad at the LGBTQ community, and they're like, oh, hi, look at them. They think he's homophobic, and they running with it without actually doing some research to see, is anybody really saying this? Is this really a thing? Or are we just yelling and nobody yelling on the other end?
Bruh, yeah.
That's just my take.
It's some shit. It's a nothing. It's nothing there, really.
I really don't think it is. I really don't think it's anything there. I think that it's just some people just reacted without even seeing if that's really a big story or not. They just reacted to it because they thought it'd be a hot topic, which it has become, right? Even Charlemagne talked about it. Breakfast Club talked about it. Like, people are talking about it. And I don't really see any backlash against Michael Myers.
Why would he be afraid of the homos? You know what I'm saying? I just don't know.
Why? Oh, because the phobia?
Why would Michael have the phobia?
Because this is why. Because Michael wouldn't have been born if people were gay. So maybe he's scared of gay people because gayness only could kill him because it would stop him from being born. I don't know.
I'm going with this topic, man.
Let's just move.
Get out of here.
Moving on from that one horror to another. Hoes, to be more specific, hoes that are pregnant with your child.
Whoa.
To be even more specific, hoes that are pregnant with your child when you making a lot of money. I know Halloween was just 2 days ago, but this is scary.
Scary.
So, Brittany Renner, who a lot of people call a hoe, which I can't completely disagree with. I mean, she wrote a book about all the people she had sex with. She, I guess, over the past few months, people have been talking about how she trapped PJ Washington, who plays for the Hornets, because he had a big crush on her when he was like, in high school and playing in college and stuff. And as soon as he got some money, got with her. People say she trapped him with a baby so she can get some money from him. That's kind of been the running narrative. So, Brittany Renner went on Akademiks' new podcast, Off the Record, to, I guess, defend herself from all these comments. So, what did you watch the video, E?
Yeah.
What did you think?
Well, she kind of denied kind of her whoredom a little bit.
She
did. Because Act actually asked some good questions. Like, you got a whole book, and this is why people see you this way. And she was like, no, it's not really like that. And her whole thing was it takes two to tango and shit like that. Like, we both made this. We both have a responsibility. And then he even brought it back to, I guess, the kind of political stance, your body, your choice. Why didn't you just say no if it was that big a deal, if you really did want to do it? And so long story, at the end of the day, I feel like she's just in a spot. I don't think this was like a big thing for her, having a kid, getting with him, because she had been with a whole bunch of other guys, but I guess she believed, I don't know.
So my take on it was, so pretty much she went on there to try to break that whole narrative of her trapping him and setting him up, and he was this young kid, just came into some money, and she preyed on him as the older woman. Pretty much that they were in a relationship, and it wasn't like that. Now, I can't really speak to that as much because I don't know. This point is his word versus her word, because he very much says that she played him. And she said she did. They were in a relationship, and he wanted her to keep the baby, and she said she would have gotten an abortion. So, in that instance, that's what that is. But what I was more interested in was the end of that, when Act started calling her a side chick. She was real mad. She's like, why am I a side chick? Because I'm beautiful? And he was like, nah, because you've been with a lot of dudes. And she said, who have I been with? And Act had to remind her, you wrote a book. You wrote a book to tell about the dudes you were with. And she said, well, why does that make me a side chick? He said, because they did not claim you. And the thing that messed me up is that she seemed to be surprised by that. She seemed to be shocked, like, what? And I was just like, wow, women really don't understand that. If you're not claimed, then yeah, you're not nothing special. You think it's not nothing special for a man to want to have sex with you. We're men. We do that. That's what we want. We will have sex with the bottom of the barrel to the top of the top. We will go ahead. That doesn't mean nothing because you can get men to want you. How many men want to stay around you, stay with you, claim you? Build a relationship with you, put a ring on your finger, marry you, take family photos and holiday pictures to send around. How many men want to do that? So it just really messed me up. And she was just like, what? And he was like, that if we not claiming you, it's probably because we got the real one that we claiming, that we don't want her to know about you. And I think he kind of told her what her place was. I don't think she ever was told what her place was. She probably looked at it as like, oh yeah, we all just messing around. It's fun. And I think Act kind of shook her up a little bit. She realized at that moment she was a hoe. I think at the end of that's what it was.
The other thing that kind of got me is like he couldn't see he couldn't see the child, which is like I don't see why you don't want that to happen.
Well, she said that wasn't true. She said he can see his child whenever.
Oh, okay, so.
But again, this is her word against his. We don't know what the truth is. Some people say the truth is in the middle. I say not always necessarily. Sometimes somebody is lying. And one of them could just be straight up lying. We don't know. But like I said, I was just happy that Act told her that because she was like, oh, I don't think it was broken down that way for her before somebody actually explained why she's a hoe. You slept with dudes, you a hoe. She was like, that'll make me a hoe. But now you know why, or you a side chick. But he broke it down like, we didn't claim you. You was all these dudes that never claimed you, and you just the next one to the next one. They smash and they bye. Even if they hung out with you we don't know you to be their person. You had to write a book snitching on people.
And also, it just made me kind of think about, I guess, the lines of maturity or something like, because because she tried to make that R. Kelly kind of the connection with it, like she's...
R. Shelley.
Well, however they call it, you know, she's older going for the younger ones, or she's praying after the younger men or whatnot. And that's just what they call the cougar and shit. It's just where that is, you know what I mean?
But she was saying, how come people don't get mad when older men talk to
They do, but
they do talk to younger dudes. I mean, older men talk to younger women. My answer to that was, first of all, like you said, they do. But even I thought, hit that on the nail. It was like, well, they're not impregnating them and keep making it permanent with them. Or even if they do get pregnant, it's usually the pregnancy is usually to the benefit of the woman, not the man.
Yeah, and the conversation changes when you put a child into this mix. Not just we're dating and we're banging each other, but now there's a child in the mix, and like that changes the convo to me.
Right, and then the man is usually the one with the more money, so it's not really like, so even if they are talking to a younger person, it's not like they being taken advantage of. They want to talk, whereas you were the older person with less money than him, so it is like you're taking advantage of this young person because you know it's just like. The man is the older guy. Nothing's gonna happen. He's not like, I'm gonna trap her. That's the narrative that's being told, and that's why the age is a problem. Nobody's looking at a man like, oh, I'm gonna trap her, and if they are, then that's R. Kelly. He's thrown in jail.
so many times the man get that brute in on his deadbeat dad, and I feel like there's more of that type of energy than women not taking care of, because she's making it seem like she doesn't give a fuck about the kid a little bit, by like, oh, it's his, and I could have had the abortion, and that just sounds like a fuck this kid just a little bit, you know?
Well, I disagree with that, but I get you. Yeah.
So, you know, I look out for the fathers who actually try to do their thing, you know what I'm saying? Now, if she's lying and she actually can, then I don't know, bro, you need to hold it down, but if you can't and you really are trying, bro, I'm behind you on getting that, you know?
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. We're always behind fathers trying to be there in their kids' lives. Hopefully they can get together because they do have this child, and right now the child is still a baby. I don't even think the child's a year yet, or just barely turned a year. So they got time to get this together, work this out. Because it's not about y'all, it's about this little baby boy.
It's about what y'all did, how y'all gonna handle that, you know?
Most definitely. But E, man, do you have anything else you want to get off your chest before we go today?
No, holiday season, man. Let's just be good. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. I'm gonna just say, hope everybody had a happy Halloween, and you know, just like E said, holiday season. Hope y'all enjoy that. But if there's nothing else, E, this is the, first of all, hope that you all return to us next week. Thank you for listening to us this week, getting this whack wisdom. And this is the WACCast podcast. We are... whacking off.
It's the WACCast podcast. Yeah.
Talk whack to me. Talk whack to me.
Yeah.
Talk whack to me. Talk whack
It's
to me.
the WACCast podcast. Yeah.
Talk whack to me. Talk whack to me.
Yeah.
Talk whack to me. Talk whack to me.